So suddenly, it just happened. Like they were all around making this generation, so the faggots, Federal Police of Argentina, pretended of expertises of the prostitute Cristina Kirchner and pedophilics and the generates officialism, just Sodom of faggot switches for the making all the generation an abomination, and the lying with this bordas and piñeros and aldeas as well. Telling that they will ever say but reading, guessing me, and watching me, identifying that says anything I do and anything I behave like about they said that I do and I am, and this prostitute, just whores and faggots, pretended of legislators of the mental health, all around, telling you, tell me, you let me know and show me where it is, we see it, and we tell you what is the psychodiagnosis. And they says that they are expertises now, and they can see and define and deduce and understand what are the patterns. So suddenly start to saying, sorry, that my condition of watching Sodoma faggots, Federal Police of Argentina, and insulting them all around, were paranoia of drug addict, chunky patterns. That all the time escaping from them, they said, and hiding from them were exactly that, chunky patterns of drug addict consuming drugs. Paranoid. That everything that I were delivering, they says at my cell phone, my line, saying with no communications back, watch out, you handle right out there who he is talking to, we handle right in. Don't you worry, right Medina? Right Fasolino, trolazo, pedófilo. Right Videla, hijito degenerado de tu papita, sodomita. Pedazo de perra sucia. And the facts of this, in the reality, Picasso is not Picasso. The real name of that son of a shit is Javier Darfince, and is a very degenerate rapist, murderer, and sickle shit dog eater of 1978, when we were too young, making a very closely declining as if it will not decline, and Melachti said the Chopinam, but I'm a liar, right? Son of a shit. Pretender of head of the border, still. Like a lead back, supposed in wheelchairs. Poor man. Oh, he never knew nothing. He wouldn't be like that ever, but has a very low etap physique supposed is not working in a poor luftboptica, and makes a very trade upon peoples upon the whole of the border and our heading. Who will know? And ashamedly has a very last name that should be never had. I like much older. In the middle of this, there are a lot of people which are being too much damaged and frightened permanently. For this, they call them bunch of shit. and Cuerpo Médico Forense. Bunch of shit. And so rotten one. And once. Telling, what do you say to me now here? What do you come to me with? You say you will tell me what is mental health? I'm going to tell you this. We are the ones that we are going to tell you and to the world what is mental health, not you and not this. Don't you ever dare to say not a word else because of we are going to send you the millicos. You want I to send you the millicos for you to understand who comments here and what is mental health? Toro Martinez Moya, Rodir, Narsik, Roda, Chauvin, Karmas. It's suddenly delivering that I were in a riot in the street, sending me all the day long the prostitutas de cuarta, pretended of mental health and psychodiagnosis, Pinheiro, Borda, CMF, and all of those lousy damn shit of the whole of the institution, no matter what, that with a couple of coins in the pocket, some chunky stuff, some little parasite and prostitute of powers, prostitution, says anything, and witnesses anything they says, whatever they don't want, and blows anybody like this that generates around for the anything what they want. Well, the reality went through until they would say that I were a lunatic, delirium all the time, and megalomaniac. That I were a very, very, very megalomaniac, delirious, schizophrenic, and conscious about what they are saying and doing. And suddenly there are these causes that says that I am in whites, blues, persons, kids, streets, traffic, and also drugs, narco traffic, and also organizing criminals all around, and also organizing psychopaths and giving information and medias of information in a very wide, high, big way of everything that it is this pretender of government saying that I conspire against them, giving like spy all information and like informatic terrorist all information to the ICC, to United Nations, to the President of the United States of America, to the President of Israel, and I give them all of the information that these faggots are permanently saying, oh, we done it first, tell them all. And making 9,614 causes upon my person and the whole of the instruction, examination products, except one, all involved making the generations all around. And invention and arming. Wicked men. For wicked men. And wicked men, you gotta be for wicked men. Maricas, pedófilos, degenerados, psicópatas, criminales, peligrosos. And I suppose being having sex with a lot of armed forces and are pouring all over the photo saying that I didn't stop to eat them. No man that will be crossing my way, even up on the bus. Field of people up on a five-liner that I just came a few blocks walking. There were a volunteer fireman that supposedly started to groping his bucket in the middle of the full filled bus, and I just put its cock off and started to blowing. And the people scandalized, and the bus driver saying, "Oh well, people didn't like it. Don't you see it? Go to the bottom." That's my turn then. Can you believe such a degeneration? Well, that is Prefectura Naval Argentina mines and brains. That's what they say I do, and it can happen. And Federal Boys of Argentina, the generation sickle shed that lives all the time saying, "Oh, let's go to the friends, let's go to the mothers, oh, let's go to this and that, oh, because of he said so. Oh, go to rape the friends because of eating pork, jam, pâté de foie. Let's go to raping the friends because of eating fried potatoes. Let's go to raping the wives of the friends because of eating chicken. Let's go to raping the kids, the sons of the friends, because of eating the child. Let's go to raping its friends because of eating meat. And let's go to raping men because of eating meat. Let's go to raping mothers because of said mother. Let's go to raping women because of eating fish. Let's go to raping people because of drunk milk or any derivative. And eat grapes, berrica, or olives once are balls. Let's go to destroy its friends because of its eating our balls, olives, grapes, and eats a banana once the follows. Let's go to them all. But first, all of it after him. The same intonation, first, all of it after him. But they says also that they could make a psychodiagnosis like that and putas, sorry the word, borda, and Piñeiro and Alvear saying, we declare the medication need. We declare the medication need right now. This person needs medication, and the whole symptomatic psychosis and for substance consuming is so clear, so obvious. Putas. Conscience telling you go to handle outside, we handle here in. We are going to giving in to you. And in the middle of this all, this sickle shed murderers, mercaders, keeps on saying that I insult them. And La Raza, manipulative, liar, twisted snake, and its husband, with Eugenio Medina, which in the United Nations World Health Organization is made and called himself Gustavo Medina. and telling that I the liar and ain't nothing on this happening, manipulating like prostitutes of powers, and telling like we're manipulating and bribing judges and arranging with any shit of forensics with the husband and any known shit of power, to saying, set everything just like this. Don't you worry for this, just let it like this for the career of our colleagues and for us. How much you want? And still with the same. And while I put them in evidence and I show them in front of the whatever to be shown in an ICC, goes and calls 8,000 more putas like them to the making the more putas exercising, to the destroying and producing the graves filled of whole rotten shit upon, for they only smell the shit they are. Telling only this gotta be. Sorry the words. I'm sick of them and this all is happening. That's the worst. So suddenly the reality of this all is, I am not that educated. Should I become again with the parable of the well-educated son of a shit, pedophilic, whore, prostituter, corrupter, rapist, massive rapist, forger, liar, organizer of criminal psychopaths that generates murderers, genociders, embezzlers, thieves, liars, the generation putas del poder. Should I come again with this? The bad educated were simply victim of this old class of a shit that pretends with that good education and some, oh, look at the nice words I can use and the intelligence, and I have a degree and I can show you the presence and I can be so educated and behaving so well and telling you the right exact expressions and words and all, yeah, oh, we can communicate so well, we understand each other, but doesn't stop to being puta del infierno. Should I come with a parable again? Sorry, my misproper words, but so real. Well, the reality of this all is, I am sick of them every day more, and I love them every day more, and I wanna kill them all. I wanna beat them bad. I have a lot of friends in the destruction, and inside those nestes of mercaders, the generation, under titles of demons that they never had, for in a few months or few days being delivered like a piece of a meat to the fuckets death, to making the generations that they are for. The trace of death. And telling that they can make a psychodiagnosis on the tail of the putazo de cuarta of the whole Cristina Kirchner. In armed forces uniforms, telling offenses the emblem. Emblema de marica, del infierno. Telling that they are the expertises. And telling that taking the radicals, and I can see, identify that, free association, how much money do I get? Do I get the Bentley? Do I get the shake right at the shore of the lake? Do I get everything? Do I get my position? I say anything, associating free will, freelance. Freelance mental health. I tell you whatever the shit you take and you stamp because of I am the title. And there's the thing, of course. So suddenly the reality here came on the supposedly I gotta be internated, which is another kidnap, which turns to insisting in there were no kidnap, that they knew what they were doing, and are that conscience faggots, horse, snakes, to telling such a thing with the pardon of the victims. Sickle, twisty, manipulative shit. Murderers, genociders, with power titles. And every day organizes more and every day compounds more and conspires more, and every day makes more blood, and every day are more joined like a piece of a shit from the bottom of the same hell to rots everything and smells like the rotten ever shittest ever never known. And every day worse. And suddenly the reality is a lot of people suffers and are exterminating everybody. Just saying that there is the patria. Sickle hell shit. And when there are not the faggots and whores with the give me the syringe, now. There goes the other faggot saying we are the expertises, you are under arrest because of you are helping this that conspires against and when are not those goes the faggots milicas or prefects telling you are associated, come on, you are under arrest. We gotta fuck you. And Terzo saying I spent all the day deliring. Marica del infierno, prostituta de cuarta. And the reality of this all is are destroying and killing people all around and massively raping, even complete families still. But I deny her. Because if I gotta be the glorious meat for them glorious maricas enfermas, pretender of gods. Well, sorry the words again. I am feeling so denigrated. I'm really self-denigrated on this rage that I'm expressing. This shit of words that I should never use. Well, the reality is that with this soul there were these faggots, expertises, telling, oh, but I have this capacity, so capacity what? Evangelics gave it me. Evangelics. Oh yes, of course, the evangelics told me God gave it me. Given you what? His capacity to recognize and to know everything about health, and having the whole capacity and recognizement about what is health and what is not, so suddenly I can use it myself. It's mine, not his. And gave me its mine and a lot of gifts of him, and gave me its spirit, and I can be glorious. I can be a holy of God. Evangelics. Of course, evangelics said Lord gave them. And suddenly, this clear point around this one, which happened the reality that evangelics with the horrorest ever being, telling that God punished me, for they said that I were disgusting and nasty and trampling its blood and name, and making damages and damaging and offensing the authority of God. And after that, saying that God taking everything off of me and giving to my enemy. There's that. And saying that everything of mine belonged to my enemy because of their said God punished me. And after this, kept on saying that I were possibly the beast, that I had not having nothing of God. And after this, saying, oh, but can be a false prophet. Anything like he said were accomplished. Anytime, all of it. Even now. And in the middle of this all, suddenly happened the fact of telling around, certainly true, of How possibly can this be? And after this all saying, I were robbing them, and God punished me more. So saying, anybody which will ever help me, that God gave them to the faggots test, for they to heaven possess, saying, for the will of the patria, for the Argentina for Christ. And the people were robbed, forgery of them possessions and titles and properties, cars, houses, and everything that they had. But the faggots, PFA, expertises, PNA expertises, the generates of Cristina Kirchner and Aníbal Fernández, like always done and always are, and all the generation of how much you want, I take it back after them. I don't care, they do fuck them, kill them all, it's okay, take anything off. I'm gonna have which is mine. Right, Picasso, Videla, Solino, La Raza. And in the middle of this all, is simple the reality of, with this all telling that I had to be punished now and condemned because of, for the cause of mine that I didn't regret it, they all will destroy it. And God said this to them. And with this all, not only this, but also saying that if I will be of God, I should regretting myself and going to submit myself below them and respect the authority of God and the authority of the government, and showing them that I can be of God by fruits of regretness, and showing them that I can be of God by making the generations they do. False as prophets, hell, delirious demons. And others telling, oh, but we were hiding. We needed to fight this and we needed to do something, so we were making this whole that the peoples to understand, so we didn't say not to everybody what this had to be happening for the people to not believe and not understand. So we had to be hiding us and hiding everything because of we were fighting against the devil itself and watching at me. Well, the reality of this all is that are all demons and are all in hell, with the pardon of the victims that Adonai is going to be in mercy. These abominable prostitutes of powers are all in hell. Adonai ain't nothing with them, and ain't nothing of them, and ain't nothing like them, unless they do say that Adonai will. And the reality is that I am more destroyed and always suffers because of them. And there are millions of victims in this, in and out. So the reality with this still is like supposedly I will be internated at this week, and prostitute 88 civil and prostitute 7 defensory and pedophilics instruction examination and pedophilics penal federal of Aníbal Pedophilic Fernández, its club, with whole with legs, rapists, even dogs and goats and whatever to find out, to making sacrifice of shit sodomaki, expertises of Cristina Kirchner, Federal Police of Argentina, Naval Argentinian Prefecture, Security Aeroportuarian Police, National Gendarmerie, C-Day, Custody of Presidents, and every one of them, for the will of the Patriot, all faggots and degenerates together, them Patriot, right? And hold them shit of Metropolitana that they put it in, faggots like this all, making the generations all around and telling, oh yeah, we can make it. It's gonna be klevetrativi shabotli menatika vapatacheta populboti sebotiki menachtika shatli ingerivi kenafike vishefel homavechtika sadlota shematl dechita populbetra iskutulotike natlatiko shetlosi sotrons aan de klunses oplichting zivotsu atlesesti metlum not for France. And even then we suffer so much. So the reality, with this soul, I'm supposed to be the son of a bitch. And I'm supposed to be the twisted liar that generates snake. And I'm supposed to be the bad educated. And I'm supposed to be the shit. And the old bitch. And the old fag. And the old degenerate. And the degenerate chunky. And the whole damn shit invention that they need all the time to trying to force me into situations for they to thrive. In a freelance market of the degenerates and faggots and whores and pedophilics like they call patriot and government. And killing and destroying, murdering, raping, slaughtering, ruining, suppressing, killing anybody around my name. And like I was saying, such a demon and delirious schizophrenic that can make a worldwide organization supposedly of crime and terrorism and making people's traffic, drugs traffic, all crime organized and conspiring against the supposed government and making such an amazing labor and architecture worldwide without not moving from Buenos Aires. And suppose I get in jail and I escape and I never come with no faggot son of a bitch at my door to pick me up again. And I sleep inside, but I live supposedly in jail and blowing everybody. But no, wait, they're my friends, right? And doesn't blows anybody. They prostitutes, homosexualize them, and also rapes them and destroys them and kills them and robs everything that they got, and also rapes them families and kills them families and are faggots of hell, making the degeneration to everybody. But it gotta be me. Because of dust to me, like dust to God. And give me its power, its spirit, its mind. Give me everything. Because if I want to have its capacity, its mental health, its equilibrium, I want to have its brightness and its smart and wisdom and capacities of all kind. Give me it all. What kind of Adelairas? Conscience, don't misunderstand me. What kind of Adelairas is schizophrenic? Symptomatic psychosis can do such a monstrosity. Who will follow a delirious schizophrenic? Psychotic symptomatic psychopath. Who will follow a delirious? And how do you murder and genocide a delirious? For? I am conscious of this. I don't care misunderstanding, neither you. We know it's clear, and we know what is the reality here. It is not symptomatic, psychotic, delirious, schizophrenic. We always know this. But the reality is, this faggots and whores and sickle rotten damn shit hell still thinks I'm going to be easy, and still thinks I'm going to keep in myself, while genocides everybody and makes the whole damn shit and seeks on me like a prize of them titles and sublime superiorness of the rottenest ever crabs of the ass of the tame devil ever in the hell. the superior Ladisha. And they think we are alsos and idiots. And they think we are going to be because of this as we command. And there's the saying, of course, the faggots of hell. Well, the reality is, I am sick of them. And every day I love them more. And for this, pedophilics and frightened shit minds and brains. Borda Piñeiro, Alvear, Medical Buenos Aires Consul, President's Argentinian Consul of Medics. And the whole damn shit degenerates officialism and faggots PFA, which keeps with the same, and all ADD. Telling about this all, the radicals of the mind. We don't waste no time, we are expertises, we know this is the method. The talisman of the mercaders is the money. Anybody to be suppressed, any title up, they to be killed. I don't care, I have my career, I have my money, I have my position, keep in my car, keep in my house, I have my life. I give you anyone that you want. Say anything that you need. It's all okay, I have the title, nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm going to be taken care of. I have my power position, I know where I am. What do you want? This one, that one? You want horse? You want facts? You want kids? Tobar Garcia, I give you them all, don't you worry. What else do you need? This one, you need the flesh, the body. Well, we get ready the cryogenic, you handle and arrange everything. We make it disappear, don't you worry. Say anything that you need, we can associate in everything. We can put everything in anything, whatever there to comes with. Right, Medina? Don't you worry, we can say it, we can show it. This is gonna be what we say because if we are the authorities in the titles, who's going to be believed. Right? And in the middle of this all, we just give it to you. Give it. Right? We give it over to you whenever you tell me, but arrange everything and understand that we also have careers and we gotta take care as well. So whatever you need, but don't you put us out. And understand that whenever anyone should come against that, you gotta go. We're going to cover anything. Right, Medina? Eugenia Medina, Servicio 5 Borda. Y tus amiguitas putas de admisión. ¿Sí? Y vos, Alvear, ni que hablar. Viviste matando gente por todos lados. Y entregando gente como pedazos de carne, vendiéndolos como órganos, vendiendo pedofilia y vendiendo todo lo que encontraste alrededor. Sí, Alvear. Y vos, Piñeiro, sos una casta de mierda exactamente igual. Todo el tiempo hiciste igual. Gendarmería, 38, 40, los especiales, la secreta, toda la mierda y adentro en ese nido de degenerados y de mierda. ¿Sí? De eso vivís. Sí, Romalde. Anda a mamar a cualquier degenerado de esos. Y así tenés tu carrera. O tus amiguitas, que andan persiguiéndome por todos lados delirando, que saben salud mental y que conocen quién soy y que conocen lo que hago. Especialmente cuando me pongo en la calle así. Así hago. Prostituta. And the certain reality of this all is, I've been under extortion, and over this time were 5,814 disappeared, 814 wounded in New York City, 8 murdered in Geneva in United Nations Plaza, late night working, and 5 murdered in Jerusalem City, Israel government, and 814 murdered in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Friends of mine. But this prostitutes cheap shit keeps on delivering that they are going to be the stars. And they are going to be the ones to say what kind of people. And I'm going to afford myself to put them all 18,600 crowns for the rotten shit to not get to the surface and contaminate any other. Not anymore. So suddenly the reality of this all is exactly this. Oh, the liars, it never happened. What are you saying? What is this one saying? We're doing this? Oh, come on. Manipulative, degenerados, criminales, psicópatas, perras infernales, peligrosas. Psicópatas asesinos, mentirosos, retorcidos, repodridos, prostitutas, malditas. Lo van a pagar por los siglos y yo me voy a encargar de que así sea. Shabbat. And in the middle of this all, what do we say? Oh, don't you worry, it's just hilarious. The person is always say and already proved you can see here this. Don't you worry, I am the forensic here. And anger is psychosis. A capacity to understand and putting clear the whole of the thing is megalomany with schizophrenics PTR disorders. A person that understands and has a level of communication wide and open and clear and puts the right things in the right order like permanently done is a very paranoid, schizoid, psychotic with a very colder disorders and bipolar. A person that expresses emotions at whatever that this class of the generations that every day and every night this machineries of faggots and the generates and prostitutes are permanently making a me for the less humanity upon my backs, first its friends and after him, which are making still is gulser and bone stick disorders. And anything to express around the reality of loving somebody, the liars. It cannot happen. And any capacity to show the existence of I have, the liars, things that can do and can be, needs medication. Trolazos de cuarta forense, pedófilo, perras sucias, faloperas, degenerados psicópatas, cabezas de mierda. Así morirán, cabezas de mierda. Y todos sus amiguitos. And well, the reality is this, business is business, right? About a few nights ago, Bordas, Admission, and Piñeros telling, oh, but this is just a piece of meat, it doesn't have no soul. And I'm a liar. And oh, he's going to say, I told ya. Does always say what I've been doing for my life, practically. Bitch. Witch. Sorry people, the words, but it is really deserved. Bitch, witch, Sodoma. Like it? Bitch, witch. Right, bitch. https www. Negocios Borda Alvear Piñeiro, Consejo Médico Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires, Cuerpo Médico Forense. Negocios de carne humana, mercaderes de lesa humanidad. y destrucción de personas y familias, manipulación para lesa humanidad, negocio de criminales, asesinos, genocidas, argentinos. Point INT. F5. Last key cleaner. My account. The last BLYTT and HTTPS www. ¿Cuántas cárceles, internaciones y cuántos momentos de sexo con todos los falos de las Fuerzas Armadas pudo Alejandro María Blanco Redemí alguna vez tener? ¿Habrá existido cosa igual? Point INT, with no signs, all followed. F5, just like before. Another, HTTPS, todavía respiran los degenerados sodomitas, Fuerzas Armadas, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, y la prostituta Cristina Fernández de Kirchner. Point INT. F12, just like before. Downloading in this OS recall, you are going to find out, with a cleaner, a lot of truth. And believe me, I am sick of them. And at the best of my opportunities and in my capacities and powers to be, I'm not going to let no one alive. This is order of the reasons they use making my destiny. You know, Alejandro María Blanco Redemí, May 5th, 2014, 0132. My address, supposed Intel also forged, of course. And I gotta be Intel or Intelnated. Oh my god. Or blowing around any son of a shit of this. You know? Or chunky. I got something in my nose. Oh my god. You know that? Have a night, helpless, and I'm sorry the words.